The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Egg podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me are Swoosh and John Doe.
Hello.
Hi.
And I think we've got to start this episode with the most glorious news that came out today. Trump has actually been convicted.
When you say he's been convicted, will he actually get any jail time?
Okay, so here's where it gets into kind of like a weird bunch of stuff. So basically, he's been convicted of 34 charges of for the hush money stuff, and each one of those has a maximum term length of 4 years. But even at the minimum term of 1 year, 34 years would be basically a life sentence for Trump, which is unlikely to happen.
Yeah, but I want it to happen.
Annoyingly, he is a first-time non-violent offender.
Yeah, so slap on the wrist, bad boy, don't do it again.
The thing you've also got to think about, and this was actually something my housemate brought up to me, there's sort of an optics problem as well. It would look really bad if a president of the United States went to prison. Even an ex-president. And I know that shouldn't bear on this sort of thing, but it is a thing.
Well, especially with how America's position in the world is kind of tenuous some days.
As much as I'd like to say holy shit, he gets shanked real quick, but there's probably a whole heap of people in there that really fucking like him.
No, he'd end up going to that weird rich people prison they have in America.
Yeah, white collar grass lawn prison.
The one that's basically a resort.
But I don't think he'd even end up there, because one of the things of being an ex-president is a permanent Secret Service detail, which wouldn't play nice with prison. I would actually expect if they were to convict him and put him under some kind of lockdown, it would be house arrest, where his Secret Service become his jailers instead of his body.
At least, in the very least, it's very unlikely that security cameras aren't suddenly working.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
So, we don't really know what's going to happen from here. Sentencing is set for the 12th, I think it is, of June. So we'll find out what is going to happen from there. The other thing that's also going to be playing on the judge's mind with the sentencing of this thing is, have you seen his fan base?
Yeah.
If you do anything too egregious to Trump, they're coming for you.
Yeah,
and we already know they've tried to storm the Capitol. They've stormed at least one Capitol so far. They'll storm a courthouse.
They'll drag a guy out and string him up for what he does to Trump.
Oh, so, guaranteed.
There's a lot of weird other factors happening that could seriously potentially affect the full process here. I would love to see him put in prison. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. I would.
His age alone would encourage them to put him for house arrest over prison.
Yeah, but how quickly would he just disappear from that house arrest? It's oh no, it's my ankle monitor turned off. Or just attach it to a dog or something.
I mean, you could say that about anyone who goes under house arrest.
Yeah.
Point is, that's more likely. Is if he's going to get locked down in some capacity, house arrest I would expect to be the more likely outcome.
Yeah.
And it won't even be like a dinky little house. It'll be like a massive house, like that Mar-a-Lago house, whatever the fuck it is, and just, go live in your resort.
No, if they put him under house arrest, it can't be his house. It has to be like a medium income house.
Again, would love that. Not going to happen.
No. Oh, but I want it. That'd be amazing.
Look, everything anyone wants to happen to him isn't going to happen.
No, it isn't.
Look,
the fact that these conviction even happened at all, I think, is good.
Yeah.
If they let him off, I would be okay if they just tarred and feathered him once. Just once.
Just once in public.
Because it's hard to come back and fight to be a president again once you've been tarred and feathered.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
Oh, yeah,
once
good point.
All he'd do is point out that the leftists did it to him, and the rightists need to rise up and save him from it.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter with his fan base.
Which is annoying as fuck. As is the fan base.
But I mean, like, he's still got like they've thrown a bunch of convictions at him, and he's managed to walk his way past most of them.
Yeah.
Finally, one of them snagged him. Yeah, okay, it might not have a lot of consequence, but I'm still happier that it happened than it did.
Yeah.
Annoyingly, this might somehow help his poll numbers, which I don't like.
I don't think it would help him that much.
Maybe.
He's still running this, like, his exit speech from the trial is basically him pointing out, oh no, I'm innocent. The real vote of my innocence will be on the 5th of November, which is when the presidential election happens.
God damn.
So, the big question is, are we going to end up with 4 more years of Trump in the United States?
Oh, mate, if that happens, that has to be the season final of America in general. Like,
well, he's already pointing out he's going to be basically walking in there in full dictator mode.
Yeah.
And you really think he's not going to find some way in those 4 years to get rid of term limits?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he'll find a way. There already is one. If they're in an active wartime, I think they can extend it with permission from, I think it's the Senate, which his party more or less controls.
It might be still harder to get that one across the line, but even then, he'll find some way to abolish it, or just refuse to hand over power.
Yeah. He did it last time.
And the funny thing that's going to happen from this is, all these people who storm the Capitol.
Yeah.
They're going to be probably do the exact same thing, but be like, no, we must save the sacred vote so that President Trump can happen a second time.
It's going to be amazing. And horrifying.
Yeah. It's honestly kind of terrifying to think about.
Like, I'm trying to picture who's running against him this time. Is it like Joe again, or have they got someone else that's at least born several decades later?
No, I think it's still 2 old men fighting over dominance.
Until they actually bring in some younger blood or something, nothing's going to change over there.
Yeah.
Which is fucking
if you
sad.
look at this, look at any government around the world and look at their senates and their leading. It's nothing but geriatrics.
Yeah.
It looks like a nursing home live stream when you watch Al Parliament.
You'll only see a younger person get in there if it's someone that they can almost actively control.
Manipulate.
Yeah. So, this is what we want you to do. This is what you're going to do.
Now they promise them a house and then they'll do whatever they want.
Just as likely to die on the fucking seat than anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a quick look, because I actually haven't really looked that much into the upcoming presidential run. And, that's not a good lineup.
It's a bad one.
Well, you've got, your general smattering of independent third parties.
Yeah.
Your Republican vote is Trump. Democratic vote is between Biden and Williamson.
Oh, they're not even using Biden's...
I really hate...
I thought they were anchoring for Biden's second in command.
I mean, I don't know if that's who that is. I don't know enough about it.
It's a woman who is his second in command.
No, that's probably her. I was about
cool.
to say the big strike against it is probably that she's female in an American setup.
Yeah. But I love when she got the job, mostly because the memes were just like, oh, it's discount Michelle Obama. Like, that's mean, but also somehow fitting.
So, I mean, Biden's not done great for his term, so that's basically a slam dunk for Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah. With that, we're almost guaranteed 4 more years of Trump, unless that party grows a fucking brain cell and doesn't put him forward.
No, they're going to put him forward because it's it's an extremely high chance of victory for them, unless someone else comes forward for the other mob in the meantime.
Yeah. But he's also so hard to control.
At this point.
To me, he seems like a double-edged sword. Like, yes, we can get him in, but at the same time, can we stop him doing stuff?
Is that going to matter as long as they can get 4 more years of doing what they want to do?
Depends on what they want to do, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Republicans are... The actual Republican convention didn't really want to use Trump.
Yeah.
They were trying to distance pretty hard. Because, ever since the insurrection, he's been a lot more... Fuck you all, when I get back in power, I'm just going to do what I want this time.
Yeah.
As long as he gets back if he gets back into the power, if like his first day like in front of everyone isn't okay, aliens exist. Here's the information. I'll be extremely disappointed.
It won't be.
I know, but
I mean, they've already done that,
won't.
but the entire world collectively went, no, we're busy, leave us alone.
Actually, they didn't. If you actually look into that whole thing where they announced UFOs, it wasn't actually anything to do with that. It was a big shift in naming convention, which actually just grouped a lot more questionable phenomena.
Yeah, like UAP and what's the one for underwater?
Can't remember. It was simply more of a things in the sky we don't know instead of we're confirming aliens.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just want him to say one way or another. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Just
look,
I would
take
the kind
aliens.
Of asshole that'll come out and they would have said, just don't fucking say it. I'll say what I want. Yeah.
Look, I will take alien overlords over Trump being elected again for America because it doesn't affect us too much, but it still does fuck with world trade a bit.
I don't know.
Look, if he starts doing any of the stuff he's talking about, it'll be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie you watched, Civil War, will be a historic event.
Speaking of which, that is a really screwed up but good movie. Definitely worth a watch.
On my list, but...
So, shall we move on to our next thing?
Yeah, why not?
Yep.
So, Sony had to pull an interview they did with one of their developers because they misquoted him too badly.
So,
how do you fuck
what
it
did
up
they
that
misquote?
much?
Yeah, like,
right.
You have to try to mess it up that bad.
They did an interview with Neil Druckmann, who is one of the heads at Naughty Dog. And essentially, they suggest their article had lots of quotes, essentially suggesting that they were, looking to use AI tools, and that their next big project would change the way we think about gaming.
Yeah.
At which point, Neil took to Twitter to point out that, no, I didn't say any of that. And then showed the transcripts.
Why didn't they just, I don't know, write a statement and then send it to him and say, sign this, we're going to release it? And, why even have a fucking interview, really?
For the soundbite, obviously.
Because they wanted to, have the prestige of interviewing one of their prestige developers.
It just reminds me of that Simpsons episode where they make him look like a monster. In the background, you see the clock switching around.
Yeah.
To different times. Like, sweet. This is like that level of incompetence in their editing.
Yeah. So, they've, after he blasted that all over Twitter, they, of course, took the article down. And if you actually go to the article now, it says after they rechecked the article, it did not line up with the intent of statements, and thusly they have pulled the article.
Which basically equals out to, our bad, we got caught, we won't do it again this week.
Yeah.
But
it's not like ING
reality and substitute with their own. Yes.
Then Nelly Rarely came knocking.
It's not like another company like IGN or Kotaku or something. Actually, I would have a little more respect for those people to not do that. IGN, which I can't believe I'm saying that. But it's them. Why would you misquote your developer that hard?
Yeah.
Not just that, but the lead of Naughty Dog, they've made some of their top sellers.
I know why. They wanted to be able to point at someone big and be like, okay, we're just going to make you puppet what we want.
Yeah.
But they, why would you let him have the transcript then? Then he has, receipts lying everywhere to use against you. It's such a bizarre thing to have done.
I'm guessing they
just
thought
an own goal.
Yeah, I guess they thought he wasn't going to call them out. They must have thought, no, he works for us. He won't say anything. But, joke's on you. We can do what we want now.
Yeah, particularly because, one of the big ones that he didn't like was them stating, our next game's going to revolutionize the way you think about gaming.
That's
a video game. It's not going to do that.
But if they wanted a specific quote, why not just say, hey, can you say this? And then just quote that. Why have the actual interview and then just not even...
Because he wouldn't have accepted the quote. Guaranteed. He wouldn't have accepted it.
Yeah, so why
release
he
clearly
the
didn't.
thing?
Yeah.
Really, why not
Because
just...
they thought they could get away.
But
Yeah.
who the fuck? Like, if he obviously didn't agree with the quote, why would they have even released it thinking, oh, he'll just forget about it? No, because he obviously didn't agree with it. It's just a really dumb fucking move. It's hard to understand why Sony even attempted this.
It's because Sony thinks that they are infallible half the time.
Quite honestly, it feels like someone ran across the soccer field, shanked their own goalie, and then ran back to their goal to throw a football in.
All the time celebrating by ripping their shirt off and covering their head with it. Like, full soccer moment.
It's such, like, an own hurt. I cannot understand
A
the
completely
process.
unnecessary own hurt. Like, they
Congratulations,
didn't need to do
you
that.
played yourself.
Yeah. Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
All right.
That's just hard to perceive why they would actually even try and do that. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard to
No one
understand the
knows.
reasoning or the logic behind it because there is no logic behind it.
The only statement Sony's made about it is the after further inspection, we're taking this article down. That's it. That's the only word we've got from
You didn't even
Sony about it.
inspect your own interview. You just said what you want anyway.
Pretty much.
Don't know. I don't know if they went to some intern and went, make this say this, or what. It's a complete mystery.
Hey, Puppet, we funded your game. Agree to what we said about you.
More or less, yeah.
Who knows? Do we want to be angry at a different company? Well, not
oh.
angry. More just like,
I will find a way to be angry.
oh, we can be angry about it, but like, it's more like a continuing, like, seething.
Ah, fair.
The Star Citizen has pushed to over $700 million raised.
When will people realize that this is just a scam and stop giving them money?
Like, then
I
there needs
don't
to
know.
be a thing stating that. Like, how long has Star Citizen been in development?
12 years.
A very long time.
It's getting up there for like. At what point does it get called development hell?
They found a way around it, didn't they? Where it didn't qualify, because it's technically been a longer development cycle than was it the Duke Nukem reboot?
I think it's just coming up on it at 12 years.
Yeah, so it's getting to that point, and like once that passes, it's be like, yeah, no, you take the crown from Duke Nukem, which caused a lot of controversy.
Beyond Good and Evil's already past that.
Oh, yeah, but no
yeah.
one believes Beyond Good and Evil's coming.
No.
Wait, do we believe Star Citizen is coming?
Well,
I believe it more than Beyond Good and Evil.
there's
That
a
is fair.
release date just over the horizon. Just give me another $1, man. I just need another hit. Just give me another. Just a little more. We'll be right. Just another $1.
Gladly give you a 1.0 Tuesday for $1 Monday.
Yeah, I don't know. Star Citizen, it looked really interesting when it was first announced. That fuck, this actually looks pretty cool, but I'd like to know when it's coming out. And then that's never materialized. So it's just looked more and more like a fucking scam. Like,
And when you go through all of the stuff they've done, because, like, you know,
Yeah.
their original engine was CryEngine because it looked pretty.
Yeah.
And then they realized the CryEngine's not designed for good netcode.
Or anything
And then they-
other than looking pretty.
And then I think they went to Lumberyard. And then they've gone to, like, some third engine by then. So, like, the game's been through so many rewrites and rebuilds. It's like, guys, come on.
I'm betting, but when they get close to when they're going to release again, or when they say they're going to, they'll switch to Unreal. It's like, we're changing
Oh,
the
yeah,
Unreal
Unreal
Engine,
5.
and they'll have to redo everything again. It'll be another $200,000, please.
yeah, we need to pay for the new engine. Like, can you please just give us a couple more dollars?
I'm so glad I never backed that piece
Yeah,
of shit. I was close to it.
No.
Like, I almost backed it back when it was on Kickstarter all those years ago.
I mean, like, I know people who've backed it, and even some of them are starting to be like, I no longer have faith in this product.
Yeah.
Finally.
Took them a while,
Yeah.
but they got there.
And it's really, really insane that this thing still rakes in money.
Yeah.
And it's got to be the most costly game of all time at this point. I cannot think of anything with a bigger budget.
No.
Yeah.
Holy
Maybe that's
maybe
what they're
like-
going for. Maybe
Maybe the
want
next
to.
GTA.
Maybe. Maybe that's their plan. If they rack up that much money as their cost, no one can ever beat it. They'll cement their legacy in history forever.
We were the biggest scam ever.
Fucking seems like it, doesn't it?
Look, we'll know it's a scam when influencers start pushing it again. That's when we know it's a scam.
I mean, particularly with their double hidden store.
Yeah.
Like, that one is fucked.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the second hidden store?
There's a second hidden store?
Yeah, there's two hidden stores.
If you didn't know about this, so to get access to the first hidden store, you have to spend $1,000. To get to the second hidden store, you have to spend $10,000. And then within the second store is the most costly bundle at $42,000.
There should be an IQ test associated to purchasing like anything over a certain amount with that fucking game.
The fun thing is right now, like, because we do this recording with video on, and we just got to watch John Doe's Faith in Humanity dip in real time.
Oh,
it was great.
It was already fucking low. That was... Why?
Yeah.
Like, how is that not just a scam? If you haven't bought all the content for a game that hasn't even come out before you've spent $1,000 fucking dollars on it, it's a scam.
I kind of want to tip off the ACCC and see what happens.
There's no other way around
probably
it.
Nothing, because you go into the purchase knowing what you're purchasing.
Yeah, because it was the Kickstarter thing.
Well, even if you buy it through their actual website, it says unreleased content, and you're essentially pre-ordering it. So
it feels very similar to the bloke that sold the Eiffel Tower 8 fucking times. Just saying, oh no, I own the metal to it. You can buy it, but you just own it, but it has to stay there.
I love why he did that. Apparently he hated it so much. He kept trying to sell it for scrap.
But, like, several people have tried to sell the moon over the fucking years. Like, that's what
there's a guy who sells
like.
plots of the moon now.
It feels like...
You can still buy plots.
Except they don't mean anything.
No,
Yeah, same guy is trying to sell Mars now.
Well, trying to sell 1 square foot of land in Scotland to become a lord or a lady. No, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
But...
Well, that whole thing fell apart as a giant scam.
Yeah.
Oh, it did, yeah.
It's funny when things that look like scams turn out to be actual fucking scams. And this looks like a scam.
Yeah. Looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Like, just... don't go near it. It's fine.
Look, as I've said every time we talk about it, I want it to come out, and I want it to be such a ground-shaking release that I eat crow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just don't believe it.
Look, if we end up eating crow on this, that'd be amazing, because that way, if they actually deliver the thing they've been promising for, 12 years now, then yeah, I'll eat crow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Next thing. It's been now stated by Valve, if you die, you can't bequeath your Steam account to anybody.
I know why, because we are technically just renting out games from Steam, but I hate this.
That's very Apple of you, Steam. Like, god fucking damn.
Well, Apple set that precedent. We knew Steam was going to do it eventually.
Yeah. But we could be hopeful that they wouldn't be that fucking grubby. Like they do say in there that you only buy a license to the game. In the terms and conditions, it says you buy a license, not the game itself. Which is... Yeah. Still feels fucking scummy.
It's annoying semantics.
It is.
Yeah. I don't just want to purchase access. I have purchased my copy and instance of this product.
Yeah.
Not renting it. But that's the way it actually is. You rent your game.
Yeah, it's basically a lifetime rent. Or even not a lifetime. They'll at any point be like, yeah, no, we're not going to support this anymore. Get rid of it.
Yeah, they can pull it off the service and then you just don't get to use it anymore.
Which is why it's really important you sign specific petitions.
I'm curious, like, for services where you buy, like, I've bought physical copies of games that came with the Steam key to activate that physical copy. Like, I still bought a physical copy.
You bought a physical copy of the key.
You bought a physical key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way they word it in the terms and conditions is you bought the key. So you bought access to it. You didn't actually buy the game.
the disc might just have a Steam installer on it. It doesn't have the game.
Yeah. It's scummy, and I hate it.
Yeah. The eternal erosion of our digital libraries.
Yeah.
Resisting really hard to talk about GOG right now.
Yeah. Somewhere we just need to go to GOG. They're, please sponsor us. We already give you shout-outs.
Damn it, they give me offline installers. It's better, okay? It's better.
Actually, can I just mention one other scam that I seen come up in my feed today, which looks fucking funny, and like, how the hell could you fall for it? Some asshole made an AI-generated image of Bob Irwin being arrested, Robert Irwin being arrested, and put that on Facebook, saying like, Robert Irwin's been arrested, and you won't believe the charges. And then they had a little article saying that he'd been arrested for some stupid fucking thing, but he needed help paying for court fees. And quite a few Australians fell for it because they're fucking idiots. And they gave over millions of dollars. And now
Bob
they're
Irwin
crying
runs
foul
Australia's
that
zoo.
I got scammed. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Like,
Bob Irwin does not need more money. He runs one of the biggest zoos in the fucking country and has more money than we will ever have.
Yeah.
God fucking damn people. Like,
how did people fall for this?
I'll tell you what, people,
Because
if all of you want to send me a fucking $1 and I'll do absolutely nothing for it, you gift it to me, and one day you might be lucky in some instance. Please, fall for it, you fucking morons.
One day, if I meet you in public, I might not be a dick.
Yeah. One lucky listener will get a slap in the face. It could be you.
At random throughout your life. You never know when it'll happen. Well, that's a terrifying thought. Just John Doe slowly creeping up on people throughout his lifetime.
Now let's have
people's.
They've got a Patreon tier.
Now, while speaking of Valve and Steam, apparently Microsoft wants to buy them.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but why? I don't know why they thought this would work. That's the equivalent of Microsoft going to, like, Apple going, we would like to buy you. It's like, no, fuck off. We're the same as you.
Well, one, Microsoft just got through talking about how they had to destroy all these studios because they couldn't afford to keep them running. And then they're like, but maybe buying Steam, hey?
Which just proves that they just wanted to get rid of them. It's like, nah, the line must go up, therefore we must get rid of these. And then we'll buy Steam, so the line goes up even bigger.
Though, a Steam catalog in Game Pass.
Oh, that... But you know it wouldn't cross over. Like, guaranteed you'd have to buy it all again.
Services, yeah.
It would be horrible.
I mean, like, I just don't want it to happen.
No,
because, like,
absolutely not. It's... Yeah,
No.
fuck no.
Like, there's buying a couple of large studios, like Bethesda and ActBliz, and then there's buying an entire competing storefront, and arguably the biggest storefront.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Although, speaking of Game Pass and Microsoft, they have actually confirmed the next Call of Duty will be day one on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Which I was not expecting, because there was a lot of speculation that they might hold it for a year or something to try and, you know, get the actual dollars for it. But apparently they're just like, nope, we're going to dump it out on Game Pass day one.
Which to me means they're putting a lot of money behind Game Pass, which I'm okay with. Like, they're all in on that service.
Well, to continue, like, the subscription rate to go up, not fucking stagnate or drop, they have to keep bringing blockbuster games to it. Which I'm genuinely surprised that they didn't hold this one off for a year and instead dropped all the previous CODs onto it.
Yeah.
And then in a year's time...
What I thought they were going to do.
Yeah, in a year's time, release this one on, and then the new one isn't on it. And then they just cycle them that way. That's what I was expecting. That's at least then they would have got individual sales, because... Yeah. I'd love to see the actual numbers for Game Pass, what it really does bring in.
We're never gonna.
No, never.
We're never gonna see that.
I want to know how they're using the numbers. Like, what is a win to them?
Well, that was the big argument for the Hi-Fi Rush dev and all those other devs that got shut down. What is success? You fucking lauded this as a great fucking game, and now you're shutting us down. What do you actually want from us? So, yeah, we'll never know as much as we'd fucking like to, because it clears so much shit up. But
Oh, yeah.
I mean, again, the more we find out about what's going on with Microsoft, the more it's like these firings had nothing to do with the Mean Shitty Studio.
Yeah.
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 Right. Do we want to get on to Sony's state of play for this year? Big state of play for the trailer season just happened. Shall we get on to that?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Before one of us has an aneurysm out of pure anger.
Yeah.
There needs to be an aneurysm pool for our followers. Just like, which one of us is going to have a heart attack or an aneurysm first?
I mean, with all the times I've been in and out of hospital lately, probably me.
Yeah. Then again, I am an angry prick.
Alright, everyone got the trailers up?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright. So, first one up, I'll, of course, link this playlist in the show notes. First one up is the trailer for Marvel Rivals.
Not just that, but it's a specific trailer for their closed beta.
Well, this is the first big trailer we've had for this game.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people, this might be even the first time they've even heard that this game was coming out. Which is basically their version of Overwatch.
Look,
Is
if
this
they
the
can
one
do
where
it
you
better
couldn't
than
say
Overwatch,
anything
I might
bad
play
about
it.
it?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Which
it's
is
good to actually
odd.
see that it is a game that exists, and it's very much Marvel's wannabe Overwatch, but...
The weird
The thing
thing
I
is,
thought
it
was-
doesn't look horrible, but the fact that they put in that you can't talk shit about it just makes me skeptical.
This just looks like Valorant with a Marvel skin.
It really is, yeah.
And destructible terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I think is funny is, like, if this trailer doesn't have it, but I watched the actual state of play, which had a bunch of stuff from the devs about it as well. And they were they tried to use every way to say hero shooter without saying the words hero shooter.
Yeah.
They wanted to have asymmetrical character multiplayer.
I
It's
hate
a fucking hero shooter, guys!
Yeah, but if they say hero shooter, they have to pay 50 cents to Blizzard.
Well, it's more the fact that hero shooters are starting to get a bit of a bad rap.
Yeah.
Because
Clearly
of
they
Blizzard.
wanted to... Well, I mean, like, Overwatch has stagnated pretty hard. Valorant's had its own success. And there's been a number of others that have tried and failed.
Yeah, the most recent Battlefield.
Including our beloved Battleborn.
Yeah. God
poor
damn, just
Battleborn.
So-
do another one, please.
So, you know, that was... so they really tried really hard to talk about it without ever saying the things it's like.
Yeah.
Which is just like, you are dodging really hard right now.
I get why they did it, because there is some stink on those other things. It's like, just say
Yeah.
it, though.
So, next trailer up is a trailer for an old game, but first time coming to PC, which is the very well received Until Dawn.
I actually kind of enjoyed Until Dawn. It was one of the times where we had a group of us around and we played it as a group. It was pretty fun. Horrifying.
I played the games the studios made after that, the Dark Pictures Chronicles, and I can't remember what the other one was. I have personally never actually played Until Dawn, so I'm actually pretty keen for this. So I would like to play it.
So is it what, like multiplayer like horror survival? I don't actually
No,
know
it's
what
a,
Until Dawn is.
no.
Or
It's a
asymmetric
single player
multiplayer.
narrative driven.
Okay, cool.
So it's very narrative driven. It's
Did
choice.
you ever play Heavy Rain?
Yeah.
Basically
Like
the
Heavy
same.
Rain.
Okay.
Different studio, but that style of game.
And more horror
So-
based than
And
detective.
so, like, you know, characters can die and stuff, and kind of one of the fun ways to play the game is everyone gets a character, and when that character's being controlled, you hand the controller over.
Yeah. It is actually a surprisingly fun party game, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and they actually doubled down on it a little bit with the Dark Pictures stuff, because they actually had a simultaneous multiplayer mode in that,
Yeah.
where, like, two characters would be controlled by one player, and two characters would be controlled by another player, and they might be doing actions at the same time. So it could create some interesting setups. Yeah, that studio's generally tried to iterate and find something new in that product every time they do another one, and Until Dawn was their first one.
Yeah, like they hit Until Dawn and it did really well, and they didn't just make the same thing again. They actually tried to innovate, which I trust more than anything else, to be honest.
Pretty much. They generally always had like a good style. They always sort of went for a bit of a horror spoopy vibe. Yeah, they've done pretty good stuff. So would recommend their other products, but I'm pretty keen. I will likely try and get a hold of it. Next up is Alien Rogue Incursion, which is the new VR Aliens game.
Which sounds terrifying to me. Like, Aliens is already terrifying. Why would you make this VR? Do you hate people? I mean, the answer is yes, but...
Yeah, but, like, people like me would be all over this thing, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
My biggest issue is it's been pitched as a PlayStation VR title. I haven't been able to find anything that says it's going to any other source yet. But given the fact that PlayStation's trying to get their VR headset to work with PC, it wouldn't surprise me if it finds its way over to the PC side somewhere.
Yeah.
Next up is Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Weirdly enough, I like the Dynasty Warriors format, but I rarely play Dynasty Warriors. I'll play the other things, like there's a Gundam version, a One Piece version. There are so many like anime-inspired ones, which are great fun.
Like,
but I find Dynasty Warriors
with like
kind of
500 enemies, you just button bashing and just watch number get bigger. I enjoy it for like a dumb 5 minutes. I want to smash things, and then I forget about the game for several months, and then I'll try it again.
I play them for the same reason I used to play Force Unleashed. It's like, I can just murderize a bunch of squishies. Neat.
Yeah, I've tried to get into the Dynasty Warriors games a couple of times, and I've pretty much always bounced off it, but much like yourself, I've played a lot of the clearly inspired by Dynasty Warriors games, and played a lot of them. So it's definitely something I'm into. I've just never gotten over the line on the core franchise.
Like, the core franchise framework is great. It's really good. Just slap some skins on, and then I'll play it. That's how I function.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I think maybe it's that, like, all the anime versions of it, because of the anime characters, like, can slaughter 500 guys in a single swing to sort of smooth brains over a little easier.
Yeah, and they're more, like, their attacks tend to be bigger and more fancier and more entertaining to see, so...
All the big magic fireballs and things really kind of give me that little bit of extra to really enjoy it. I'm not saying they're bad, but like, I don't know. I've never really gelled with just the core franchise.
Yeah.
Next up is a big announcement for PC people.
The one thing I was waiting for this whole fucking thing. The one thing I wanted to know. Yes.
God of War Ragnarok coming out in September. So I'm actually pretty keen.
Yeah, no, I already have that game, and I'm still probably going to get it on the PC. I want to see this uncapped frame rate.
I know, right? With all the better textures and widescreen support. Although, along with this announcement, did also come a thing people are not happy about, but like, come on guys, it was always going to happen. Despite being a single-player game, you will need a PSN account to play this.
I don't like the fact that it's that for a single player, but I get that they're doing it. We knew it was going to happen.
If Microsoft is already doing it for any Microsoft Play game that you can get on Steam, you need to sign into a Microsoft account. It was going to happen that PlayStation wanted a piece of that pie. They want their branding out there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, we knew it was going to happen, and, I mean, hell, congratulations to them for not creating another fucking installer I've got to have installed.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy to be able to buy it through storefronts I trust more, but, like, this account link was happening.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I've seen a bunch of people being butthurt about it, and I'm not saying it's a good thing. No way am I saying that.
Yeah.
But, like, if you didn't see this coming, you weren't looking.
Yeah. You had your head in your sand, because the minute, like as soon as you booted up Forbidden West, like, it said activate a PlayStation account. I knew it was going to end up being you had to have one very soon. And I think the only reason people are really shitty is because of the stumble that was with fucking Helldivers. If they had that from the start of Helldivers, it would already be a thing.
Yeah.
I'm a little annoyed they didn't keep it to multiplayer, but as I said, it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, they want every person who buys their stuff to have their account, like everybody else does.
It's like any company. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. If they have it, if you had to have it for multiplayer, you were going to have it as soon as you signed in. That way, you didn't have to worry about signing in for multiplayer. It was already there. But yeah, I don't know.
As I said, so long as if I can link my PlayStation account to my Steam account and never see the login, that's the only way I will be at all okay with this. If I have to type the fucking password in every fucking time, I will be...
I've already done that. Like, I've already linked my PlayStation account to my Steam account, and I don't see that login. It just comes in.
Oh, that's good.
So for Ghost of Tsushima, when I signed into that, it automatically came up with, you're signed into the PlayStation Network. Done. Here's your rewards.
Pretty much.
Good.
That's pretty much.
So it's already happening.
That's at least good. I was a little worried about whether or not it'd keep asking me to log in.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that shit.
Yeah.
Alright, next up, we have Astrobot.
Honestly...
It's actually something I think Swoosh would be interested in.
Yeah, no, because it gives me old school Ratchet and Clank vibes and old school mascot platformer. And this actually, there's a precursor to this game on every PS5 that you install. It's just a little fun platformer, and I enjoyed playing that when I didn't have many games to play on the PS5. I'm kind of keen for this because it looks pretty, it has some interesting character design, it's toony enough to get my smooth brain happy. I might pick this up, and I hate the fact that I'm going to pick this up.
Yeah, when I saw the kind of cartoony looking bosses,
Yeah.
I immediately looked at it and went, yes, old school platformer stuff. We're talking like, they get real like Banjo-Kazooie sort of vibes from the quirky designs. It's like, this is definitely something that's up Swoosh's alley.
Oh yeah, and I hate the fact that it's up my alley. Like, honestly, the fact that it's literally your ship that you're flying around at one point is a Sony PlayStation controller.
It's
like, I hate this.
If there was a game that screams Swoosh, it's this.
Yeah.
Like, this absolutely screams Swoosh.
Yeah.
Which is horrifying for me, but at the same time, I'm probably I can't dispute it. So
I have no idea if it's going to end up being a good game or not, but it's definitely got a vibe, and I'm in for that vibe.
Yeah, no, I'm in for that vibe. I'm probably going to get it.
It's interesting.
I will unlikely
they're
get to
taking
play this.
Inspiration from like other games for the levels. Like there's an Uncharted level there, and
a
few others. It looks really cool.
It's all of the PlayStation exclusives, essentially. So they all...
Your spaceship
the
is
way
a
I see this
PS5.
working...
They actually...
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. They went full on with it.
PS5 as a, like... It looks like a modem. It looks like a spaceship. They use it as one. That's awesome.
And I like it. And I hate the fact that I like it. But I do.
Yeah.
Alright. Next up is Concord, which has a really, really great trailer.
Yeah.
Like, story trailer, not the gameplay trailer. I would highly recommend watching the trailer for it, because it's cool, and then you realize it's a 5v5 team shooter.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, God.
Yep.
Yeah. I just seen that part of it. The trailer was like, oh my God, this looks so good. And then the 5 squad is like, aww.
If this had just been a
5v5
normal game, I would have been in. The second it became a 5v5, like, I have 5 friends I can play this with, but at the same time,
It's just like their trailer is so good, though, because they have them core squad, and they have all this fun banter, and they talk about, taking various jobs and stuff. It's like, that sounds really cool. Which one of these guys is the main character? Which one am I playing? This sounds like a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just another fucking hero.
Maybe we'll get lucky, and this could be the new Battleborn. This could be something fun and entertaining.
Battleborn at least had a campaign. An enjoyable campaign.
True. Fuck.
Yeah. This is just
so much
another
disappointment.
I can dream, damn it.
Like I said, I would still highly suggest you look up the trailer, because it is cool. But it's not a game you're going to want to play unless you're really into hero shooters.
Yeah.
And how many of these do they think they can support?
All of them.
At least one.
The line will go up forever. There will be no crash.
Well, I mean, there's 2 hero shooters in this state of play. This one and Rivals.
Yeah.
Well, Overwatch is dying. Valorant's still a thing. So is... what's that other fucking one?
I couldn't even tell you anymore.
The free one that was a competitor to Overwatch.
I know the one you're talking about.
I played it for a while, and for the life of me, I couldn't tell you what it is.
there's another one, and there's still more supposedly coming down the pipe, like Marathon and whatnot.
Didn't Sony just recently fuck off a whole heap of live service games?
Yeah, that doesn't mean they stopped.
They fucked him off to make room for more live service games.
But the problem is, people are already playing a lot of this sort of stuff. So, how many of these games do you really think the community will support? I see these two games basically just being dead on arrival.
Yeah. They're going to be competing with each other.
They're going to have 2 months of
slightly more
content.
streamer bait than the other. I dare say the Marvel game gets slightly more streamer bait than this. So this will be DOA. Yeah. The Marvel game will be popular for about 2 weeks, and then it'll have a core fan base, and it'll never rise above that.
Yeah.
It'll get its day in the sun. Yeah.
Words
day
are
in
fun.
the sun.
Words are good.
On Twitch, and that's it.
Although this next game I'm keen for.
Monster Hunter Wilds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get to run around on a raptor. Why would I not love this game?
I mean, it's another Monster Hunter game.
Which means it's going to be good,
Yeah. The level of quality has just sort of continued to rise with that franchise, so I'm just yeah, sure, of course, we're just going to have another one, and it's going to be good.
I will say this, anytime I go to Dimmicks or any other bookshop, if I see an art book for the Monster Hunter stuff, I buy it.
Oh, yeah.
They're art. Oh, I love it. It's so good.
Although the weird munted bear they have in this trailer is kind of disturbing.
Little bit.
When they do close-ups on its face, and it's whoa, what's wrong with that thing?
There's also a few, if you because I skimmed through it, there's a few interesting clipping errors, so that's always fun.
It's Monster Hunter, though.
There's always clipping errors, we know, but...
I mean, with everything having pauldrons that go 9 feet out from each other against monsters that have 12-foot spikes, something's going to clip.
That is true.
Alright, next trailer. Ballad of Intara.
This looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it does. It looks fucking
beautiful. Really, really good. I might just end up getting this because of how pretty it is.
I'm not sure what the game is.
It looks
definitely got 2 playable characters.
Is it a typical JRPG? I'm trying to pick what kind of game this is.
I'm picking up a mixture of JRPG and a Souls-like.
I think it leans I don't know if it's going to go full Souls-like, but it definitely leans closer to the character action side of the coin.
Yeah.
And it seems to have 2 characters, the dude and the kid, and some other woman. But yeah, it's pretty fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the actual game is, but, as a sizzle reel, it works quite well.
Oh, it does, yeah.
It looks real fucking pretty. I like some of these games, but I would love it even more if, it wasn't just the God of War game that is stated to come into PC, actually stated if they were coming to any other fucking platform.
Yeah.
It's Sony. They never say if something's coming.
Yeah. I assume it's going to be exclusive until it just randomly appears somewhere else.
Like that Monster Hunter, I'd expect that to also drop on PC.
I'd hope so. They tend to give at least 6 months between. Whilst you look at up, the next game where winds meet, it looks really fun. It's like a kung fu movie.
Oh yeah.
It's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I want this game. But I have no idea what it is. Is it a JRPG? Are you a...
Is it a fighting
game? Oh, that's a character action game.
Oh, perfect.
Awesome.
I'm okay with that.
Looks heavily based in Chinese mythology.
Chinese mythology, yeah. The second I saw that giant demon fish, I'm like, yes!
There's a carp.
It's very pretty. I always liked the Chinese mythology. It's very interesting.
There's a Steam listing for Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yes!
Excellent.
I'll get it
now,
on
why couldn't they just fucking say that in the trailer?
Because they don't want you to know you can get it somewhere else. That's why.
They want you to buy it on the console, because they still want the console to do well.
Sony never tells you if it's coming out somewhere else. Not unless it's something they want to put somewhere else, like God of War.
Yeah. There is a guy with an umbrella. You could fight with an umbrella.
Oh yeah, the bit in the bamboo forest where they go full Crouching Tiger.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah,
it's
it looks
an umbrella
pretty
with
fucking
spiky
sick.
bits. I'm in for this game. Like, that sold me. I was going, I could pick this up. Guy in a bamboo forest fighting with a bladed umbrella. Yep, cool, I'm in. How dare you. I feel both seen and attacked.
Alright, next one. Which is for Path of Exile 2. The game that'll show Diablo 4 how to fucking do this.
Well, they already have. They've already said that after they announced that they were working on Path of Exile 2, any microtransactions you've made in Path of Exile will carry over to Path of Exile 2.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's not that hard, given the fact that most of the microtransactions of Path of Exile are cosmetics and having more loot storage.
Yeah, so everything, all of that will carry over to 2, which is already fucking worth it.
This means that I'm playing Path of Exile again to refresh my memory.
I mean, even then, just like looking at the gameplay footage, it's just like, oh, hey, a grim, dark fantasy setting. That's what I wanted from Diablo.
Yeah.
Okay, this looks really fun.
Yeah, I'm
As long
actually
as I don't
pretty
fuck
hyped
up my
for
neck,
part
bro, I'm
2.
happy.
Yeah. Couch
Well, I mean,
co-op
like-
too. Oh, we haven't had couch co-op in fucking ages.
Well, I mean, they had to have a selling feature for you to play a hack and slash game on a console.
Yeah, that's true. The question is, will we get this? Oh, it's got crossplay, which means it should be popping out on PC as well.
It was first announced for PC.
Absolutely going to PC.
Okay. So we're picking this up on PC and losing weeks.
Maybe. I mean, I know I will definitely play it for some amount of time because I love these sort of games.
I will happily play
like
through this with someone. Like, it'll be good.
Look, it just looks like it's going to scratch the itch that Diablo 4 very much did not.
Yeah. Oh, hey, next is the Concord cinematic trailer.
Like I said, feel free to check it out on your own time. It's a really good trailer, though. Like,
It is
it
gorgeous.
makes you think the characters and the story that they're setting up is going to be like, oh yes, this is going to be a really fun single-player game. No.
Because the world looks so pretty.
It does.
Yeah, it does. It's honestly depressing how much fun, because like the banner these guys have give me like real strong Guardians of the Galaxy vibes.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of ragtag
That's
idiots
exactly
who
what
are
I
all
was saying.
just
Looking
hanging
at
out.
these characters, I would have screamed like Guardians of the Galaxy. Because that
I mean, one of the
single-player
guys
game
has
was
like
fucking
the Yondu.
amazing. Yeah.
The green guy looks like Yondu to me. He's just a different color.
Somewhere between Yondu and Groot.
Yeah. Honestly, this it's the same thing issue I had with Overwatch originally, where I would watch a TV show of this quite happily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like watching the cinematic trailers for Overwatch, which were gorgeous. They were really well done. Same here. Give me a movie. Give me something meatier than this, not just a 5-person, or 5-person per team fighter. Just, come on.
Yeah.
So, next actual trailer we have is for
Skydance's
Behemoth, which is another VR title. So,
I have not heard of this one. I mean, it looks interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the studio who made Saints and Sinners, which is actually one of the better VR titles.
Yeah.
So, the studio's got some solid pedigree behind them. I don't know. It's hard to care just because it's a VR game for PlayStation, and I don't have access, so it's hard to be like, oh yes, cool, new big VR title I might want to play. I don't know.
I'm actually almost genuinely surprised that VR has made it to a second generation. Like, 3D TVs only got one generation. Like, 3D, like, having to wear the glasses and watch all that. I'm actually surprised that VR got a second generation.
I mean, I'm not as surprised about that compared to 3D TVs, because 3D TVs were just like a minor way to
make your
enhance your
3D
already
thing look a
pretty
little
good
more
experience.
3D.
Yeah.
And if you just had a high def TV, it already looked really good.
Yeah.
So like, it didn't do enough. But like, if you play a really good VR game like Half-Life Alyx or Boneworks, you see what the potential is, and there is room for it to feel like there's somewhere for it to go. That's why I think it's had a little more sticking power than 3D TV.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And the last trailer we have for this rundown is Infinite Nick.
So this is, from what I've seen popping through, it's JRPG Magical Girl Barbie. And at the same time, at the same time, it's pretty in fun. It's like, what? Why do I want this?
I don't want it, but I feel like it's definitely one of those games that like researched a niche, and then was like, we are making that game.
Yeah,
but it feels so slice of life as well. Like, what is this?
This looks like the evolution of Barbie Adventures,
right?
Well, like the character at the start, if you watch the trailer with sound on, we generally don't while we're doing this, so we can keep talking. The character talks about how they've come here to become a fashion designer, and then there's all these different, like,
there's
clothes
combat
on the girl.
Yeah.
But there is some kind of magical fighting system in here, so I'm like, what was the design brief?
It's got the Final Fantasy X X, where they could change costumes to get different powers. That's the feel I'm getting from it.
But they keep wanting to show off, like, taking photos with all your weird creatures and cinematic moments to have a cool screenshot. It's like, I'm not sure what the core design choice here is, but...
Neither am I, but I don't hate
It's like
this.
someone made, like, a photo mode for a thing. So why don't we just make, like, what we've got here into a game?
Yeah.
And they've just... That's what it feels like.
Look, I might just buy this for my nieces
chained up
or
Sheila
something.
at the end of it. Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is this thing?
Who is this made for? What is this?
I don't know. But I feel like there's an audience out there for this game.
Oh, absolutely.
And that audience is going to lose their fucking shit.
Yeah.
The audience for this game are the guys the people who loved Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
Like, that's their audience for this game.
That game will scratch a very certain, very deep itch for a very niche crowd. And good
An
luck
itch
to
that
them.
hasn't been scratched in a while.
I'm glad they've gotten something to do that. But I don't understand what that game is.
Neither do I, but at the same
Well,
time, it's gonna do well. I think. I reckon that's gonna make.
It looks
some
like
money.
JRPG Pokemon Snap that you move around a little more in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Definitely.
I think it's a testament to the base level quality it seems to be putting out there that we aren't the target audience.
Oh, fucking oath.
But we can see that target audience exists. Like, it's
Oh, yeah.
selling itself enough to be like, yes, someone definitely wants this.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for me entirely, but it's like someone's gonna love that. Like, it's gonna be great.
Because there's plenty of games that come out that I'm like, who's the audience? Like, there's a million others of this game, or better versions of this game. Like, who are you making this for? I look at this and go, it's not me, but they exist, and they want this.
Yeah,
That's the
this
weird
is
thing.
The
Like,
exact game for that for that target audience, and good luck to them.
It's one of those things like, I don't know who this target audience is, but I know they exist.
Yeah.
Like, it's very odd.
And that's it. That's everything that Sony had to show off.
Not a lot, but there are some things I'm probably going to pick up.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There's one thing in this trailer list that I don't think actually showed up.
What's that?
Miss it. Yeah, it's not in here. That's annoying. Yeah. Oh, it's probably because it was part of the other thing. At the State of Play, they also announced a HD remake of Silent Hill 2.
Oh, let's go.
Cool.
But there was a second presentation that was hosted by Konami. It's Konami. Blooper, who were doing the HD remake of it.
Yeah.
So it's probably not in this playlist because it'll be part of the Silent Hill specific one. But that did get announced at the State of Play.
Fair.
And, I mean, it looks good, but, like, it's just HD Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2 is, like, the most revered of the Silent Hill franchise.
We knew it was
The
going to happen.
one thing I'm a little, like, I don't know about is it looks like they've done the RE remake thing and switched it to an over-the-shoulder. And I don't know about that.
Hopefully there's a way to, like, switch it, but probably not.
It's more that, like, doing the over the shoulder with the RE remakes felt good because it just made the shooting feel better.
Yeah.
But Silent Hill isn't a game about shooting. Most of the time you don't want to fight monsters, or you're fighting them with like clunky melee weapons.
Yeah.
So switching to a third person view, it's like, I don't know. You know what? Hang on, let me find the trailer. I was honestly expecting it to be in the playlist because it was like everything else is here. Where's the Silent Hill trailer? God damn it, I missed a trailer in this episode, I missed a trailer in the Might Play episode. I'm doing
Jesus, Seth,
great.
you really need to lift your game, man. God fucking damn.
Got to keep it consistent. Like, it's how this works.
There you go. There's the Silent Hill 2 HD trailer. I guess I'll have to also throw this in the show notes as well.
I mean, it looks pretty.
I mean, it's a stem to cern rebuild, not like that travesty of a HD remake they did of 2 a while ago where they took away the fog.
Yeah. Oh god, why did they do that?
Well, because the fog was just a limitation for the engine because they couldn't render very far. And they're like, no, we can render all the way now. We don't need the fog. Yeah, but there goes the fucking atmosphere.
The fog was sort of the point.
They built the game around that limitation. So it's like, yeah, no, bring the fog back.
Yeah, like, the whole game is in this third-person over-the-shoulder camera, and it's like, yeah, okay, that brings me a little more to the ground, and that's kind of cool. I just don't know how it's going to affect overall gameplay.
I mean, I'm digging it so far.
Oh, look, it looks nice, and it's coming out in October, and I can pretty much guarantee you I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
I love horror games, and Silent Hill 2 is one of my favorites, like most people. But yeah, I don't know. The Switch just feels weirder with Silent Hill than it did with Resident Evil. Resident Evil felt like a natural change. Silent Hill's locked camera felt like a much stronger part of what made the atmosphere work.
Yeah.
But it definitely feels like Blooper is putting the effort in to do the HDification of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Some justice.
At least, like, a bit of love has got into it, essentially. Like, they put some effort in.
Definitely. Look, the lighting looks amazing. Like, it is genuinely beautiful to look at, and I'm very keen to check it out. But I think as such a big fan of the original,
yeah,
it's going to be a bit of an uphill fight, even if it is, like, just straight out the gate good. Because I'm going to have to deal with the fact that I remember playing this much younger. And then I also have to deal with the fact that I played this game with my mom.
Yeah.
So it's got family memories tied up in it as well. My mom didn't actually really like the gameplay. She just really liked the puzzles. So I'd run around until I found a puzzle, and then I'd be like, hey, Mom! And then she'd come in and we'd do the puzzles together.
Nice. From the combat, it looks like monsters are still difficult as hell to kill. So...
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Like, combat is a thing, but doesn't look like they're over... Like, they're not making it too simplified or easy.
No.
Which is good.
This is why I'm not, like, out and out being like, fuck this is stupid, you should just go play the original. It's like, no, this might be a good way for people to experience this. I don't want to poo-poo it too much at the just off a trailer.
Like, the whole thing of, like, I'm going to walk through here. Oh, look, there's a hole in a dark garage that's obviously been ripped out by something covered in blood. I'm going to crawl head first through it. Like,
oh, yeah.
Come on. That's how you survive horror movies, by just doing the obviously dumb thing.
I know, I maintain horror movies exist in a world where horror movies don't exist.
I mean, like, it's Silent Hill, though. Like, a lot of Silent Hill is, there's a horrible way to go, and that's the only way you can.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's everything that was announced at the State of Play. So, not a huge amount of, like, oh my god, I really gotta play that when it comes out. I think the biggest one was probably God of War coming to PC. That feels like a really big dub for the PC crowd.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Ragnarok was cool. I think my biggest problem is that I was playing it on a PlayStation 4, not the PS5, where it had the, grunt to get the job done.
Yeah.
So, actually getting to play that again with, rock solid frame rates, that's going to be a real good thing for me.
And you can already add God of War to your wishlist on Steam.
Yep.
Same as Monster Hunter Wilds.
I'm probably going to add Monster Hunter Wilds to it because that just looks like fun.
Same as Path of Exile. Where Winds meet, I haven't been able to find them there yet.
No, that one's probably just a PlayStation.
Yeah. And I dare say Dynasty Warriors, they've released most of the others on PC as well, I think.
Yeah.
It might stay in console hell for about a month or two, but they'll bring it to PC.
Even then, now that PlayStation's sort of created a pipeline for console to PC, anything that comes out for their console is like, I just gotta wait.
Yeah.
They'll release it here.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, I had no interest in buying a PS5 before. I have even less interest now. Like, everything I want to play is coming to PC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I look at stuff like, Where the Winds Are and Last Ronin, and I'm like, those look like really fun games. I'll wait.
Yep.
They'll come. They'll get here sooner or later. Especially because they're willing to put big ticket games on now. There's no, but like, we'll put out all, Horizon and stuff. By other companies, we'll put them on PC. God of War's here, Ratchet and Clank's here. It's like, they've let the PC crowd into the ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's less, we'll throw you a bone, and more of, alright, fine, you can have the thing now.
Yeah.
Might just have to wait for the bone.
Just feed the beast.
I mean, the PC gaming crowd is ravenous for content. You want to throw a juicy steak to that crowd, they'll eat it.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to be willing to throw them the steak.
Yeah.
Fortunately, now it's going to come wrapped up in a PSN package, but like I said, it was always coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can just eat around that. It's fine.
Well, from what John Doe said, once you've got it all linked, it just sort of fades into the background.
I was actually expecting to see a PSN login screen when I first booted up Tsushima, and it never came.
Yeah.
It just came up with a notification. You've unlocked these things. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think Steam and a few of the games, when they go through their PC adaptation, are like, no, we don't want you to see how the sausage is made. Just do the thing.
Well, I mean, like, Ubisoft's been doing that for years.
Yeah.
I
It's
know
a smart way of doing
linked
things.
mine, I think it might have been for, I don't know if it was Days Gone or Zero Dawn. Like, back then it asked for a PlayStation thing, and I just linked it then. I didn't think much of it. And now it's already there. You don't even notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. I think that's our show for the week. The Light Play is coming out on Sunday, so do check that out tomorrow if you have some time.
Yay.
Run through some interesting stuff that's coming out and some weird things that we weren't expecting that are definitely digging into the dopamine parts of the brain.
Yes.
We really need to rename that to Where's My Money Going This Month? Like, just every time. It's just...
I'm sorry if I find you interesting things.
How dare you know me so well?
I don't mind that you find interesting things. I mind that you're finding specific things that target my wallet's gonna be empty again things.
Again, I feel both seen and attacked.
Alright. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.